What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're not already subscribed, hit that button right now because we just witnessed one of the most shocking moments in recent WWE history, and you do not want to miss any of the fallout from what just went down. Today, we're talking about absolute chaos, total destruction, and a moment that has the entire WWE universe talking. I'm talking about Bron Breakker. The absolute monster that he is, just speared Adam Pearce and put him straight through a table in one of the most shocking displays of aggression we've seen in a long time. This is the kind of moment that changes everything, Wrestlingverse family. So stick around because we're breaking down every single detail of what happened, why it happened, and what this means for the future of WWE. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the scene for those who might have missed this absolutely insane moment. Adam Pearce, the WWE official and authority figure, was in the ring addressing the WWE universe about upcoming matches and making official announcements. Everything seemed normal, everything seemed routine, until Bron Breakker's music hit and everything went absolutely sideways. Bron Breakker stormed to the ring with a look in his eyes that we've never seen before. This wasn't the focused, intense competitor we're used to seeing. This was a man who had reached his breaking point, a man who was done playing by the rules, a man who was ready to unleash absolute chaos. The atmosphere in the arena immediately shifted from routine to electric. When Bron got into the ring, Adam Pearce tried to maintain control of the situation. He's an authority figure, he's supposed to be in charge, he's supposed to keep order. But you could see in Pearce's body language that he knew something bad was about to happen. He tried to talk Bron down, tried to use reason and logic, but Bron wasn't having any of it. What happened next was absolutely brutal and completely unexpected. Bron Breakker, without warning, grabbed Adam Pearce and delivered one of the most devastating spears you will ever see. We're talking about a spear that looked like it came from a linebacker in the NFL. The impact was sickening, the sound echoed throughout the arena, and Adam Pearce was completely destroyed. But Bron Breakker wasn't done. Oh no, that spear was just the beginning. In a display of absolute dominance and rage, Bron lifted Adam Pearce up and drove him through the announce table with another devastating maneuver. The table exploded into pieces. Debris went flying everywhere. The crowd was in absolute shock at what they were witnessing. Adam Pearce was left lying in the wreckage of the table, completely motionless. Medical personnel immediately rushed to the scene to check on him. The severity of the attack became clear as Pearce couldn't move under his own power. This wasn't just a wrestling move, this was a statement of pure aggression and a complete crossing of the line. Meanwhile, Bron Breakker stood over the carnage he had created with no remorse whatsoever. He wasn't celebrating, he wasn't playing to the crowd, he was simply standing there, breathing heavily, making it clear that he had done exactly what he intended to do. The look on his face said everything. This is what happens when you get in Bron Breakker's way. The crowd's reaction was a mixture of shock, awe, and disbelief. Some fans were chanting Bron's name, recognizing the intensity and star power he just displayed. Others were concerned for Adam Pearce's well-being. But everyone in that arena knew they had just witnessed something significant, something that would have major ramifications going forward. Now let's talk about what led to this shocking moment. Bron Breakker has been on an absolute tear through WWE. He's been destroying everyone put in front of him, racking up victories, and making it crystal clear that he's ready for the next level. But despite his dominance, despite his incredible performances, Bron felt like he wasn't getting the opportunities he deserved. Week after week, Bron has been vocal about wanting championship opportunities, wanting main event matches, wanting to be treated like the elite talent that he is. But the powers that be, including Adam Pearce, kept putting obstacles in his path. They kept telling him to wait his turn, to be patient, to earn his spot. And that patience finally ran out. Adam Pearce, as an authority figure, has the responsibility of making matches and managing talent. Sometimes that means telling people no, sometimes that means making them wait, and sometimes that means dealing with frustrated superstars. But in this case, Pearce severely underestimated just how frustrated and how dangerous Bron Breakker had become. The tension between Bron and WWE management had been building for weeks. In backstage segments, we saw Bron demanding opportunities and getting turned down. We saw him getting increasingly agitated with each rejection. The warning signs were all there, but nobody thought Bron would actually put his hands on an authority figure like Adam Pearce. Let's talk about who Bron Breakker is and why this moment is so significant. Bron is a second-generation superstar, coming from the legendary Steiner family. He has the pedigree, the genetics, and the natural ability that you simply cannot teach. From the moment he stepped into WWE, it was clear that this young man was destined for greatness. During his time in NXT, Bron Breakker absolutely dominated. He won the NXT Championship and defended it with authority against all comers. His matches were intense, physical, and showcased a level of athleticism that is rare for someone of his size and power. He was the face of NXT, the champion that brand needed, and he delivered every single time. When Bron moved to the main roster, expectations were sky high. Everyone knew he had the tools to become a main event player immediately. His combination of power, speed, intensity, and natural charisma made him a can't-miss prospect. But the transition to the main roster hasn't been as smooth as many expected. Despite impressive performances and victories, Bron hasn't been given the championship opportunities that his talent level deserves. He's been stuck in the midcard, winning matches but not getting that next level push that would put him in the main event picture. That frustration has been building, and now it has exploded in the most violent way possible. The spear that Bron delivered to Adam Pearce might be one of the best spears we've seen in years. We're talking about the kind of spear that would make Goldberg and Edge proud. The technique was perfect, the impact was devastating, and the visual of Adam Pearce getting absolutely destroyed will be replayed for years to come. What makes this even more impactful is that Adam Pearce isn't just any authority figure. He's a former wrestler himself, someone who understands the business, someone who has been in the ring and knows what it's like. But even with that experience, even with that toughness, Pearce was completely unprepared for the level of aggression that Bron Breakker unleashed. The aftermath of this attack has been absolute chaos backstage. WWE officials are scrambling to figure out what to do with Bron Breakker. Do they fine him? Do they suspend him? Do they fire him? Or do they recognize that sometimes you need to unleash a monster to create compelling television? The decision isn't easy, and the ramifications are huge. Security footage from backstage shows that after the attack, Bron had to be restrained by multiple security personnel. He was still in a rage, still ready to destroy anyone who got in his way. It took several people to finally get him under control and remove him from the arena. This wasn't a calculated attack. This was pure, unfiltered aggression. Fellow WWE superstars have been reacting to what happened with a mixture of shock and respect. Some are condemning Bron's actions, saying that attacking an authority figure crosses a line that should never be crossed. Others are quietly admiring his willingness to take what he wants instead of waiting for it to be given to him. The locker room is divided. Social media has absolutely exploded since this moment happened. Wrestling fans from all over the world are sharing clips, creating memes, and debating whether Bron Breakker is a hero or a villain. The hashtags are trending, the discussion is non-stop, and everyone wants to be part of the conversation. This is the kind of moment that creates buzz and draws attention. What's particularly interesting is how this moment fits into the larger narrative of WWE. We're in an era where young, hungry talent is pushing to take over from the established stars. Bron Breakker represents that new generation, and his attack on Adam Pearce symbolizes the breaking down of old barriers and the forcing of change. It's revolutionary in its own way. The physical damage to Adam Pearce is significant. Reports indicate that he may have suffered injuries that will keep him out of action for several weeks. That means WWE will need to bring in another authority figure or have someone else fill that role temporarily. This creates opportunities for new storylines and different dynamics. For Bron Breakker, this moment could be career-defining. If WWE handles this correctly, this could be the launch point for a main event run that makes Bron one of the biggest stars in the company. The intensity he showed, the physicality he displayed, and the complete disregard for authority make him a compelling character that fans will want to watch. However, there's also risk involved. Attacking an authority figure has consequences in storyline terms. Bron could be suspended, he could be fined, he could be forced to jump through hoops to get back in good standing. But knowing Bron's character, he probably doesn't care about any of that. He wanted to make a statement, and mission accomplished. The production team deserves credit for capturing this moment perfectly. The camera angles that showed the impact of the spear, the slow-motion replays that let us see every detail of Pearce going through the table, and the crowd shots that captured the shock and awe, all of it combined to create a truly memorable moment. This attack also raises questions about safety and how far is too far in professional wrestling. Adam Pearce is trained and knows how to take bumps, but he's primarily an authority figure now, not an active competitor. Putting him through this kind of physical trauma adds realism to the attack and makes it feel genuinely dangerous and unpredictable. Looking ahead, the possibilities are endless. Will Adam Pearce seek revenge when he recovers? Will he use his authority to make Bron's life miserable? Will Triple H get involved and make an example out of Bron? Or will WWE recognize that Bron just became the most talked about superstar on the roster and push him to the moon? Time will tell. One thing is certain. Bron Breakker is no longer someone who can be ignored or pushed to the sideline. He has forced WWE's hand with this attack. He has made it impossible for management to keep him out of the main event picture. Whether they punish him or reward him, they have to acknowledge him as a major player. The intensity and aggression that Bron showed in this moment is exactly what WWE needs right now. Wrestling works best when it feels unpredictable and dangerous. When a superstar can snap at any moment and unleash chaos, it keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Bron Breakker has become that unpredictable element. This moment also showcases Bron's evolution as a performer. He's not just a powerful athlete anymore. He's a complete character with motivations, frustrations, and the willingness to cross lines to get what he wants. That character development is crucial for long-term success, and Bron is showing that he understands that. The comparison to legendary moments in WWE history is inevitable. We've seen superstars attack authority figures before. Stone Cold Steve Austin stunning Vince McMahon, CM Punk's pipe bomb, Daniel Bryan's rebellion against the authority. Bron Breakker's spear to Adam Pearce through the table joins that list of iconic moments where talent took matters into their own hands. What makes this different is the pure physicality of it. This wasn't a quick stun or a verbal takedown, this was violent, physical destruction. Bron didn't just embarrass Adam Pearce, he hurt him, he put him through a table, and he left him lying in the wreckage. That level of aggression is rare and memorable. The WWE Universe's response to this will be crucial. If fans embrace Bron as an anti-hero who takes what he deserves, he could become one of the biggest babyfaces in the company. If they view him as a dangerous villain who went too far, he could become one of the most hated heels. Either way, he's going to be over, and being over is what matters most. For younger fans watching, this moment demonstrates that actions have consequences but also that sometimes you have to fight for what you believe you deserve. Bron felt disrespected and overlooked, so he did something about it. That's a powerful message that resonates with anyone who's ever felt undervalued or held back. The technical execution of everything deserves praise. That spear was picture perfect, the table spot was executed safely despite looking brutal, and Adam Pearce sold it like his life depended on it. Everyone involved in creating this moment, from Bron to Pearce to the production team, deserves credit for making it believable and impactful. Alright, Wrestling vs. Family. That's the complete breakdown of the absolutely shocking moment when Bron Breakker speared Adam Pearce and put him through the table. This is the kind of moment that defines careers and creates legends. Now I need to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Was Bron Breakker justified in his actions, or did he go too far? What should WWE do with him now? What's next for both Bron and Adam Pearce? Let's get a conversation going. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content like this, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm push our videos to more wrestling fans. And if you're not already subscribed to Wrestling vs. CC, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Share this video with your wrestling friends so everyone can discuss this incredible moment. Let's make sure the entire wrestling community is talking about what Bron Breakker just did. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling vs. Family. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an incredible storyline. Stay tuned because things are about to get even more intense. Until next time, keep being the most passionate wrestling fans in the world. Peace.